tired. Basketball game last night.
No.
Oh, man.
So we're behind the scenes. We gave away tickets to hang out in the suite with us for the Suns Nuggets game last night, right? So we gave away we had 6 tickets, 6 pair to hang out with Rich and me, and then I gave my tickets to Peyton, and Peyton win, and you had a good time, right?
Yes, it was so much fun.
You had a much better time than me.
Probably.
Yeah, I'd be miserable.
I was on the edge of my seat, jumping up and down. It was super fun.
There was this moment. I did go and met listeners, and they were awesome. Everybody was awesome. But there was this one moment that I haven't experienced in a year and a half, and that is when the crowd first goes crazy and they drop the lights. You haven't heard a glorious noise like that in so much time. And it wasn't even for anything. It was just the lights dropping down, getting ready. It wasn't the national anthem. It wasn't like them introducing the players yet. It was just people were ready to be out. And I got chills from that moment on, and they didn't go away. Oh, it was awesome.
Yeah, the stadium was shaking. It was insane.
That's so cool.
So
Yeah, it was a lot of fun.
I saw on Instagram that Kendall Jenner was there, and Peyton texted me and said, she's all by herself in her suite. And she goes, I'm going to go meet her. So I was like, okay. So what happened?
So I decided to go get a drink, and I was like, Kendall Jenner's suite is like 4 suites over.
Y'all were close.
Close, man. Like, I could see her facial
Like, you
expressions.
could lean over and be like, Teddy!
No, you should have seen me. Oh my gosh, yeah. So my boyfriend Kadeem went to go to the bathroom, and I walked over there, and the security guard was standing there, and I was like, mind you, I'm a little tipsy, so I'm feeling a little loose. And I was like, hey, what would you do if I just walked in there? He was like, you'd get in trouble. I was like, but what if I walk out and we're besties? He's like, don't do it. I was like, I'm going to do it. He was like, don't do it. And my boyfriend Kadeem comes back and he's like, we got to go. He apologizes to the security guard. And then he's all like, oh my gosh, Kendall Jenner. And I'm all turning around, and he just was messing with me. But I was on a mission to meet her.
It was
She's dating Devin Booker. In case,
It was the only suite with the door totally closed.
Yeah, and there
everybody
was,
else, you could just walk right in and go, hey, what's up?
Yeah, there was 3 security guards.
Well, everybody went and tried the move to see if the door is open. Just go, hey, what's up? Try to make the contact, but they had it locked down. And she was loving life. She was easy to spot because she's the only person with her suite to herself and had her feet up on the chairs and
She was
looking at her
chilling.
phone the whole time.
Gosh,
pretty
her
much.
legs are so long.
That's kind of sad. She's all by herself. Hang out with someone.
That's why we
Hey,
were.
next time, call me. We'll be there for you.
She didn't have security inside there with her, huh? It
No,
was just
she
her?
had. I think she had an assistant in there with her.
Okay, I thought
I
I
don't
saw
think it was
someone.
a security though.
She's probably in so they have the seats, and then they have the lobby of the suite. She's probably in there watching on TV where you can see it better.
Probably.
Yeah. So I watched part of the game in my house, and then I went upstairs before halftime. At halftime, you guys stayed. You watched the halftime show, whatever.
Yeah.
Right? Yeah. I was asleep. I went to bed at halftime, so I was very.
Even if you went to the game, you would have been asleep.
I would have gone. I would have left at halftime.
You would have left.
But I did start watching Sweet Tooth, which is #1 on Netflix. We talked
God,
about
it
that
looks
yesterday.
so weird.
I liked it.
I'm on episode 2 right now, and it's I'm kind of want to see where it goes because it reminds me a lot of that show, Kyle, you and I watched with Orlando Bloom.
Oh, the fairy one?
To me, it has that.
Carnival Row.
Yeah.
It has that
okay.
vibe on it right now. But I'm kind of okay, let's see.
I know. I watched the first 15 minutes, and it actually hooks you right away.
Really?
Yeah, because
Yeah,
of
it does because the storyline with the doctor.
and the apocalypse
Yeah.
and everything going on. So it's okay, this is kind of interesting because I thought so too, that it looked kind of weird.
Yeah, well, also when Rich said it was superhero and Jupiter's Legacy, I was out on Jupiter's Legacy.
Well, I don't
real quick.
How far are you in there?
I just got through the first episode, and I said I assume that it's going the superhero way. It must.
Just because it's DC?
Yeah, just because it's DC.
Because I've got no superhero vibes, but I don't know what's happening. These kids, I guess every kid born is part animal and part kid, and there's hunters looking to collect these kids and kill them. And this kid, I don't know, he's a deer, part deer. That's as far as I got it. It's so funny because when you say it to somebody, it sounds stupid.
Yeah.
So I don't know where it's going right now.
Well, I guess
Yeah,
you
it
have to
does.
go.
And he's partnered up. He's partnered up with this guy he calls Big Man, and he looks so familiar. I've seen this big guy before somewhere in another movie, another TV show. I don't know where he's from.
I had the
I wanna say
weirdest
Game of
thing
Thrones.
happen to me this morning. I was
What?
catching up on Hacks on HBO Max, and all of a sudden I went to go to the next episode, and it told me my Wi-Fi was out, and I was like, okay, I'll just switch to my phone Wi-Fi, and then I went back to the app, and it wouldn't let me in. But then I could go watch Netflix on my phone that way. It was bizarre. So I did start catching up on Dirty John Betty, and I watched like 4 episodes this morning. It's good.
Oh, it is good?
Yeah, like now you're starting to see how like his relationship with, he had an affair on Betty, and you get to see like
And he married her. That's the girl he
yeah,
married.
you're not to the married
Oh.
part yet. You're just to the part where he kind of slightly like brings her up because she's the new receptionist in the building, and then he plays it off like his buddy has a thing for her, and the wife's like, oh, weird, because you never really call anyone beautiful. That's weird. And then all of a sudden he hires her as his assistant. And so Betty's like, you need to get rid of her or get out. And then he was like, I pay for your life. If anyone's getting out, it's you.
Ew.
And you're like, ew. I know.
So
It's a good show, though.
that whole Dirty John Betty story, I know a lot of those people involved, right? And I know the daughter of Betty. And I talked to my mother-in-law, and I said to my mother-in-law, I go, hey, have you seen Dirty John Betty yet? And she brought up the movie of the week that I told you guys about, starring Meredith Baxter Burney. She goes, that was really good. I said, yeah. And I go, I can't remember the daughter's name, but I was friends with the daughter. And she goes, oh, that's the daughter that gave Betty the key to the house that let her in to kill the dad and the new mom. Isn't that terrible?
Yeah.
Like if you have to live with that guilt.
Yeah.
And I'm the one, and I know her. Well, I did. I haven't talked to her in a long time.
Yeah.